Joining us live is former White House Deputy Press Secretary Hogan Gidley. It's good to talk to you again this morning, Hogan. So realistically, and we'll start with the Trump-Netanyahu meeting here, what you think Trump can extract out of Netanyahu here?
Well, it's obvious Donald Trump wants peace. He was the only one who gave us peace deals in the Middle East the first time around. He's working hard to do so now as well. The relationship between this president and that prime minister have been really strong, really solid. Donald Trump has said that on countless occasions. And for Bibi Netanyahu to be here in the room with Donald Trump, they can hash out some of those last minute details needed. But he does want peace, make no mistake about it. That's what President Trump did the first time. He's doing it again. And so whatever he can do to bring Israel to the table, whatever he can do to bring Iran to the table, he's going to push those levers to try and calm things down over there.
Yeah, well, there's also Hamas, which is one of the key sticking points as well and has proven to be for a long time now. So, I mean, the same question now for Steve Witkoff as he heads to Doha to insert himself into negotiations. What do you think he can achieve?
Well, again, not inserting himself. He's going there at the request of the President of the United States to try and get something done. I know I'm not trying to parse your words, but that's obviously what's happening here, because we have to have someone from America in the room having these conversations, because it's very clear nothing has happened positively when they're on their own having these discussions. Donald Trump's the only person with the clout, the credibility to do this type of negotiation. His administration is going over there, I'm sure, with clear and direct orders on what they can do, what they can live with, what they can't. And those conversations are going to be had. Make no mistake, that bombing wasn't just a symbol, wasn't just a message to Iran. It was a message to the world that the precision and the strategy, the surgical striking capability of this military is second to none. And they have to understand, if you mess around with someone like Donald Trump, he's not going to give you a pass. He's going to fight back, and he's going to fight back harder. And so while that region devolves into chaos, Donald Trump is doing what he can, sending his emissaries around the world to try and get something done for peace.
All right. A different form of negotiations, too, when it comes to tariffs, Hogan. Those first letters have been sent out today, and we've got a sample of that on Trump's Truth Social account. So it looks like Japan and South Korea, they're heading for a 25% hike. There will be reciprocal tariffs if they then in turn jack up their rates. How do you see this playing out? I mean, do you expect friends of the United States to just cop the tariffs rather than fight back?
Well, I mean, look, it's pretty obvious Donald Trump has done this in the past. I keep pointing to the first administration because this philosophy and policy from him is not new. He was talking about tariffs in the 80s on the Oprah Winfrey show here in America. So this is his mindset, his mentality. We've taken in over $125 billion from other countries at this point. Inflation remains low. Secretary Bessent was on Capitol Hill talking about this recently, and he said the TDS we used to talk about was Trump derangement syndrome. Now I think a lot of it is tariff derangement syndrome, because all the naysayers and all the doomsdayers were predicting America would crumble because of the tariffs, and they haven't. In fact, it's gotten really good for this country, and other nations are coming to the table so we can build better relationships and better bilateral agreements. That's the goal of this. It's worked already in a couple of places. More successes, I'm sure, to follow. And now that Congress is done with the big, beautiful bill and the president is focused on tariffs, trade, and the economy, I think we're going to see some really historic deals done.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. I mean, that's how he's paying for his big, beautiful bill and all those tax cuts and like. I mean, do you risk, though, in some instances, alienating some of your friends by charging them so much more?
Well, I don't know how good of friends they are if they're charging us exorbitant rates. One of the things Donald Trump is focused on, too, is the free and fair trade. Every politician I've worked for 30 years has said the same thing. They want free and fair trade. Well, the free trade always comes. It's the fair trade that never follows. And if your friends are going to charge you a certain tariff rate and we're going to offer the reciprocal tariff rate, what's wrong with that? It's a word that I think really did resonate with the American people when they were looking at common sense solutions. The word was fairness. If other countries treat us a certain way, Donald Trump said, we'll treat you the same way, because that partnership needs to be aligned. I think people get that. I think people understand it. And so these other countries that do come to the table will have a friend and an ally in Donald Trump who wants to get something done, but we're going to have to be honest about where these trade deals should be and where they should go.